Okay, Hatib, read the question first, please.
A players in a quiz game gain 2 points for answering a question correctly and lose 1 point for answering one incorrectly. The scores of 5 players halfway through the quiz are shown below. If all gets 4 questions wrong in a row, what will her score be? Shuffle the correct option.
Okay.
She has -3
and then another, then she has what? She has -3 and then another -4 because she loses another 4. So we start with this and then add the extra 4 that she's going to lose. So what will her new answer be? Okay. Answer is D, correct. -3 -4 is equal to -7. Okay, if the answer is wrong, please make sure you write the right calculation. And when you add 2 negative numbers, the answer gets more negative. Okay, it's like saying I owe you 3 and I owe you 4. So the owing won't go down, it'll go up. I owe you 7. Question number 12. Let's have Ibrahim read for me, please.
In the second half, Iris doesn't play and Martha gets every question correct. After how many questions did Martha catch up to Iris's score?
So Iris has got 2 and Martha's got -6. Okay, so how many does she need to get right to catch up with Iris? She would need 8. Okay, she needs 8 points. She will need 8 points to catch up now. How many points do you get if you get something right? 2. So how many questions will it be before she catches up? 4. 8 points, which means it corresponds to 4 questions. Yes? Question number 13. Let's have Iman.
Question number 13. The diagram below shows the net for a square-based pyramid where the triangular faces are equilateral. What is the perimeter of the net?
So let's have a look at some nice at some of the keywords. You have a square-based pyramid, the triangular faces, and the keyword here is equilateral. And then they got a key task for you to work out. So when they say equilateral, what does it mean by the length of the side? Let's have Fiza, please. So if the bottom is 4, what are the other lengths? Everything is 4 on the triangle, everything. So we can go around and we can quickly smash around the 4s. Everybody put that on. So because the base of the triangle is 4, everything will be 4 because it's equilateral, equal, all of them. So like now, who's doing this question? Iman, how do we work out the perimeter? Now that we've understood what the equilateral triangle means, now, Huzaifa, why haven't I labeled these here for the bases?
Because the perimeter is only on the outside.
Beautiful mathematics there. Perimeter is only on the outside. You never add the inside of any perimeter question. So I'm just going to rub that off, rub that off, rub that off. So we are going to be traveling along the outside of the shape and adding up each length as we travel. So question number 13, back to Iman. What is the perimeter of the shape now that we've labeled it all properly? The perimeter is 32. How did you get that out? What do you do? And how many sides do we have altogether? How many? 8 sides, and each one's 4. Fantastic. Label the 4s. Okay, that one's incorrect. Make sure you write down the correct calculation. Perimeter equals, each length is 4. There's 8 of the sides. So there's 8 lots of 4 as a quick way. Or you could write down forward, 8 times. That's not a problem. Don't you're going to fall. Please change. Question number 14, and let's go to Huzaifa, please. The 5698 divided by 56 is that. What is 5698 divided by 5,600? So this part of the question is the same, is tick tick. This part of the question, they have modified it and made it what? 100 times bigger. If you make the number that you're dividing by 100 times bigger, it makes your answer 100 times smaller. It has the opposite effect. So this answer, we're going to have to make that 100 times smaller to get the effect of that.
So you the decimal point 2 spaces to the left.
So it gives you 1 point.
1.0175.
So you got to understand the effect. If you made the first part of the division question 100 times bigger, the answer becomes 100 times bigger because you got more to start with. Because you made the number you're dividing by, it's like anything. If I have a fixed amount of money in my hand and I got to divide it by 100 extra people, they're going to get less, aren't they? They won't get more. So you got to think, if you're dividing by a bigger number with the same starting point, each person will get less because you got more people to share it with. Yes? Okay, excellente. Question number 15. Let's have Talha read for me, please. Read.
A ferry journey is 6 hours and 40 minutes long. Theo has been on the ferry for 5 hours. What percentage of the journey has you already completed?
So 5 hours is, should we do in minutes?
Yeah, I think
A little bit easier. So 5 times by 60 is 300 minutes is used up so far. 6 hours and 40 will be 360 at 40, which is. So the question is 300 minutes out of 400. So 300 minutes have been used up, gone. So you can cancel it down. First of all, go boom, 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 boom. Use your 3/4. Straight away cancels down to 3/4, which we should know from the top of our head is 75%. Without even having to multiply by 100 or make it equivalent to hundredths. Yes? Done. If the person who got it wrong, please correct it. Question number 16. Let's have Fizza read first, please.
The prices of 2 holidays are shown in the table below.
Okay. Read. Question.
What is the difference in the total price between the 2 holidays for 7 days after the fact?
So one is 230, and then we're going to add 7 days.
It's 350.
That's right. So that'll be 230 add 350 for the first one. So how much will that give us altogether? Next one is 320 and 30 times by 7, which is?
210.
So 210, and we're doing 320. We're adding them up. And they said work out the difference now. What does the word difference mean? Let's have Ibrahim, Hasib. Remember, we're talking about difference mathematically and not difference in terms of normal worldly stuff, like that one's taller, this one's shorter, that one's lighter. In terms of normal objects, this is talking mathematics, numbers. Iman help him because he's gone.
Different means subtraction.
Allahu Akbar. The girl's brain cells have been activated like a SIM card. So we have 580 minus 530. It's always the largest minus the smallest, and the answer is, Iman?
The answer is 50.
Correct. Question number 16. Fantastic. The last question. Question number 17. Let's have Sarah, please join us. Microphone on, please.
Question number 17. The diagram shows a rectangular picture frame. The shaded border of the frame is made from 5 centimeter wide pieces of wood. What is the area of the shaded border of the frame?
Lovely. So start us off with the idea, please.
The inside of the frame would be 40 times 20.
So the area of the border, what do we do? So let's for example, let's label the diagram. So let me put a rectangle on here. We call that area, that's called the outer rectangle. And the next one we're going to have, which one is, what do we call that one?
The inner rectangle.
Inner. Okay. So if you want to work out the area of the border, you want to work out the area of this bit here, you're going to first of all start off with the larger rectangle, which is the outside one. and minus the inside white one, and that will give you this shaded red one. And that's a topic that we have done many, many times in our lessons. So how do I work out the area of the outer one?
You do length times width.
What is the length?
The length is 50 centimeters.
Excellent. Length is 50 because 40, add another 5 here and another 5 over here. 50 centimeters. What is the width?
The width is 30.
30 because 5 on each side, yeah? 20 at 5, 5. So you're going to have now 50 times by 30. 50 times by 30 is, Sarah?
50 times by 30 is 1,500.
Okay, let's do the inner one now. What's the length of the inner one?
The length of the inner one is 40 centimeters.
And the width is?
The width is 20 centimeters. 20 times by 40 is 800. So 1,500 minus 800 would be 700 centimeters squared.
So whenever you work here, the area of a board is the outer area, the bigger shape minus the inner shape always gives you the area of the border. Okay, for this one, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay, 7 questions, please, out of 7. Put a mark down. Okay, are we all happy with that? Make sure if the person's got question number 17 wrong, the correction of that technique is written down very carefully. This is the technique that we're writing down over here. That highlight's not very good. Let's just choose a different highlight color that we can actually see. Okay, let's make it into orange. Okie dokie. Right, let's move on. The next one is NVR. Okay. And we can stop